What does it mean to go beyond the road? It means designing transportation projects that connect people while protecting the state's beautiful landscapes, unique geology, native plant and animal species, and history. It means collaborating with planners, engineers, environmental specialists, and the public to find innovative approaches. It means balancing progress and preservation. The 2025 TxDOT Environmental Achievement Awards honor projects that go beyond the road. These teams rose to the challenge and delivered solutions that protect threatened wildlife, preserve precious water and geological resources, and celebrate local history. In the Far District, an FM 492 bridge spanning the Edinburgh Main Canal needed to be demolished and replaced in order to meet TxDOT standards and improve safety. The canal is an artificial water supply feature that comes directly from the Rio Grande through the Finalists pump house. The canal is also a home for mussels. Prior to construction, the Far District drafted an aquatic resource recovery plan approved by Texas Parks and Wildlife Department to survey and relocate collected mussels to an area where the risk of impact from road construction would be low. With the help of permitted biologists and qualified assistants, 190 live mussels representing 4 species were recovered: the Tampico pearly mussel, the southern maple leaf, the yellow sandshell, and the washboard. No state or federally threatened, endangered, or candidate species were observed. These recovered mussels were relocated approximately 230 meters upstream of the FM 492 bridge to a similar habitat. Rather than a single relocation point, the mussels were placed along a 30-meter stretch of canal to simulate the density at which they were collected. The Far District also implemented protection guidelines for other threatened or endangered species that could travel through the area, including the ocelot, the jaguarundi, the South Texas siren, and the black-spotted newt. A species list was provided to the contractor, and a nesting survey was completed for potential swallows living under the bridge. Epic sheets and commitments were also communicated before construction, including implementation of best management practices for the following: bats, birds, amphibian and aquatic reptiles, terrestrial reptiles, Texas tortoise and the Texas horned lizard, water quality, stream crossing, vegetation, and invasive species. We applaud the Far District for providing the public with a wider, safer bridge while remaining steadfast in your commitment to protecting the species that call your district home. The Loop 337 grade separation project was a major component in the widening and reconstruction of the Loop 337 corridor. Designated in 1960, the route serves as a partial loop around New Braunfels and connects to Interstate 35 and supports a rapidly growing area. The project focused on a segment between River Road and Rock Street that crosses Bleeders Creek. This creek flows intermittently into the Guadalupe River, a critical waterway for several federally protected aquatic and spring-dependent species. The project was located within the Blackland Prairies and Edwards Plateau ecoregions, and within the Edwards Aquifer Recharge Zone, a uniquely sensitive area of karst features and federally protected species. To protect subsurface water quality and ecological function, the team set critical goals for the design and construction of the project. 1. To prevent discharge of sediment and pollutants. 2. To prevent erosion by stabilizing disturbed soils. 3. To protect sensitive limestone formations. And 4. To preserve existing natural drainage patterns. Although no permanent impacts were proposed within the high water mark of Bleeders Creek, the design was engineered to span the creek entirely, avoiding any in-stream drilling that could pollute or disturb the streambed. Given the proximity to the Edwards Aquifer, a karst feature survey was done to identify caves, sinkholes, and spring features. Environmental training and protocols for construction crews were implemented, including immediate response procedures and a 50-meter no-work buffer for any karst features discovered. TxDOT also implemented best management practices to reduce the risk of creek pollution during and after construction in order to protect aquatic systems that harbor multiple endangered species, including the Texas blind salamander, Peck's cave amphipod, fountain darter, the Comal Springs dryopod beetle, and the Comal Springs riffle beetle. We commend the San Antonio District for safeguarding known endangered species and ensuring the long-term ecological integrity of Bleeders Creek and its contribution to the Edwards Aquifer ecosystem. US 281 is a vital trade route in the U.S., stretching from North Dakota to Texas and connecting Canada, the United States, and Mexico. As more trucks move goods along this critical corridor, they also move through the small towns that intersect it. The purpose of the US 281 Premont project was to upgrade this section to interstate standards as part of the future Interstate Highway 69 system, and to improve safety while remaining sensitive to the needs of the community and the environment. Robust public engagement was the foundation for the project. TxDOT officials held both public and individual property owner meetings, a public hearing, and discussions with local officials and stakeholders. When the public voiced concerns, TxDOT listened and created a new interchange design concept that was coordinated with local elected officials. The environmental team spent several weeks completing bird nesting surveys, as well as surveys for threatened and endangered species prior to the row clearing. The results helped guide design engineers to minimize vegetation clearing and preserve approximately 55 acres of critical native scrub-shrub habitat. The surveys also resulted in a Texas Tortoise Report submission to the Texas Parks and Wildlife Department's Natural Diversity Database. When it was determined that the project would require relocating a lift station and a local animal shelter, district utility coordinators, row specialists, environmental personnel, and hazardous materials management personnel worked together to assist the city in planning for and transitioning to these new facilities. And in 2019, TxDOT was informed that treaty oak clones may be growing on property acquired for the project. When the famous Austin treaty oak was poisoned in 1989, horticulturists throughout the state were brought to Austin to try and save the tree. Their efforts included sending cuttings to various experts in hopes of creating clones and preserving its history if the tree died. One of those experts was Wash Storm Jr. of Storm Nursery in Premont, who proved successful in cloning the mighty oak. 8 trees in the project's path are all that remain of the original treaty oak clones. District personnel ultimately decided to redesign and shift the access road location to avoid impacting the trees. Their protection was a priority for the Corpus Christi district and required careful coordination between project managers, utility coordinators, and area office and maintenance staff. We applaud the Corpus Christi district for going above and beyond to respond to the needs of the community, preserve the native vegetation, and protect clones of the Austin treaty oak and their connection to the community. We applaud the environmental specialists, staff, planners, and engineers who have helped their districts go beyond the road.